Hello, welcome back to another episode of Big Bull Technology. This will be mostly for the handy box people, just showing you how to insert your hinges into your box and then also do the checkouts in your lid as well to be prepared for the hinges to go in there. So I'm going to have a few things come up on the screen, some sizes and some names of tools as we go along, and so to show you exactly how we're going to use those and how they're used safely. Once you have the checkout for your hinges all done so that your hinges are nice and flush and snug inside your box in those checkouts, it's time to screw those in. Now we can't just hold it there and just pump it down with a screw. That is not what we do. The timber will split as the screw gets put in. Now these screws are very small. Here they are here. So it is quite important that we prepare the timber and do what's called a pilot hole. Now there's a couple of ways we can do that, and I'm going to show you both ways that we can do that now. Now the first way that we can do that is by using this. Now this is bought from the store, it's around $15 to $17. It is a spring-loaded center drill. Okay, there is a little drill inside there and it's spring-loaded here. Okay, and the drill comes out. Now that angle there sits perfect inside the angle there. So then when you drill it, that drill bit comes through when you drill down. Now it just eliminates if you've done on your box and it's a little bit chunky underneath, that drill just wants to move a little bit. So it is a quite simple way of doing that, and I'll show you how to do that now. So here we are. I've got that spring-loaded center drill into the drill press. So I need to put my hinge into my checkout and hold that nice and firm, okay, because where this goes, that's it. You cannot do much more about it. So I get the drill, I'm going to do this center one first, and I just put it into there like that, squeeze the trigger, pull down, and I just drill down like that, okay. Now you can see, bring that nice and close, you can see that that hole I just drilled is perfectly in the center. It's right in the center there to be able to screw that down now. It's very simple. It has a depth stop on it, so it will go down and it will stop when it gets to that depth. And now I can quite easily put that screw in and screw that down. To be able to screw that down, these heads on these Phillips heads here are quite small. They're not the normal size, so you can't use the normal size screwdriver. When that goes in, it doesn't actually fit in there. It won't turn the screw. You do actually need to use a smaller one so that it will go in and it will be nice and snug on that screw. Just like that. And there it is, nice and snug and flush and centered. It's still nice and pushed in all the way up there. So I did tell you that I would show you both techniques, and here I've got my other hinge on the other side here. I'm actually going to use a bradawl. Now this is just one we've made up out of a screwdriver, a $1.99 screwdriver. Now it does have a very sharp point. Please be very careful with that. Don't go stabbing people's boxes or anything else. I get very cranky. Now there's a couple of ways that you can do this. You can put your hinge, if you're quite good, you can then place that spike smack bang in the center there. Okay, you want to make sure that that doesn't move around like it is right now. And then you just want to push down just like that. Okay, just pushing down and a little bit of a twist to go in. And it has just a very small hole there. Okay, then the next thing you do is you get your drill bit with just a normal drill bit in it. Okay, it's not a spring-loaded center drill. Okay, it's just a normal drill to which you then, and it's not depth guided either, so you just need to be aware that you don't have to go all the way down. You don't need to go down, you just need to go down the depth of that screw, which is quite small. there it is there. Now that's a little bit more chance of you to stuff that up. You need to make sure that you get that nice and flush. Now that's the process. You can do either one, doesn't matter which one. It's certainly a lot easier to use the spring-loaded center drill. Okay, that's spring-loaded there. It's certainly a lot quicker. I normally like to do one screw in each and then do those other holes. That makes it a lot easier to when you're drilling or whatever the case may be. It just holds everything nice and neat there, no chance of the hinge moving around. So that gets all of your screws put in. Bit of a tip, when you have a drill bit in your drill, don't place it like this. It's really don't place it straight down on the battery on the bench. It's really easy for someone to bump that. Now this drill bit here is just under 2 millimeters in diameter. If that falls, it can break that drill bit very, very easily. It's very tempting to leave it like that, but whenever you've got it, place it down on the bench there. As you can see, it hit the screwdriver, oops. You can place that down there. It's not going to fall. Make sure no tools will then go and hit it. Always put it in a safe place. Now, as you can see, I've just finished putting all of my screws in, all 6 through there. I just wanted to show you something. Now, this is the sign of a normal tradesman to someone that just cares about their job. If you have a look at the orientation of each of those screws there, you'll notice that they're all sitting in the same orientation. So that Phillips head, they're all lined up on both sides. It's just those small little finishing touches that just make those things just look just that little bit nicer. So try for that. Try and get all of those all lined up nice and flush. Alright, here you go. Probably one of the hardest steps, so make sure you are following along here. You need to get this right because otherwise your hinge won't fit perfectly. Once you have your hinge, you've got that labelled your A and A because it's been cut to the top there. What we need to do is we need to align to make sure that it's not going to sit like that, okay, when you open it up. Okay, that it's sitting nice and flush on each side, there like that, and that it's going to work out really nicely. So you've got to make sure that you have a nice sharp pencil. You want to make sure that also your box is nice and flush on all of those surfaces there, or they're all nice and even. With your sharp pencil, you want to go as accurately as possible. Mark out each of those ends of the hinges on your top. So once we've done that, we've got those marks there. We need to get our tri-square. Here it is here. We need to run those lines. So putting my pencil on the mark, putting my tri-square up and marking that along. Once I've done it on the edge there, I also need to do it along the face. next thing I need to do is to run my 8mm marking gauge so that my hinge can sit in there nice and flush in there. So I've got my pencil line so I know where to start and stop. My hinge is going to sit inside there. So I'm just going to put over the edge of the bench and I'm going to run my 8mm. So I also need to run my 1mm along the edge here for the thickness. So now I have that checkout, I know exactly where I have to check out. I'm going to clamp this to the bench to make it a little bit easier. What you need is a nice thicker piece. Don't use a thinner piece, it helps with that thicker piece. Something that is as long or longer than your top. And I'm going to show you how to do that. You also need to have a couple of F-clamps so that you can clamp those down. So now you can see that I've clamped that right up to the edge of my marking out. Now this one here isn't quite right, so all I'm going to do is I'm just going to get my mallet and I'm just going to just tap that so it lines up perfectly. This one needs to, just like that. So I've got my chisel here, and now that I've got that nice thick piece of timber, I'm actually going to run that down in that groove there, just like that. And I can hold it there and it makes sure that it's nice and straight. So I'm going to just put in there. Now I'm not going to do that too deep. I don't want to break away that because I'm splicing it down there. It can break very, very easily. So I'm going to go nice and gentle, nice and easy. I'm just going to make a little bit of a mark. Now I can do my edges and then I can go in that way there like that. Once you've done that, it will sit nice and flush in there, okay? And in both sides there. Just like that. Now, if you look carefully, it looks like I've got a lot of junk over my bench. I do, more than normal. Now that's for a very special reason. I have placed my box down into the crevice into the bench just here. I'll tilt you down so you can see better. Here it is just here. Now it's important, I've gone and got some scrap material, not this one, that I can put this on and it is the same height. Now that's really important because we want to get those holes for the top bang on. We want to get them absolutely perfect. Now I can hold my hinge there, I can now get my drill and I can screw those in. Another good thing about the center spring drill is that it's got a depth gauge. It won't bust through the other side of the top here. I've had students do that. So if you're going to use the braid awl, it's really important that when you're drilling with the drill, you don't want to bust through. That would just be a nightmare, okay? We don't want that to happen. So that's a very good thing about this little tool here. Fits great. There we have it. We've got it on there. So there we have it. Hinges are finished. They work nice and smooth. It shuts there. Very, very happy with the finish of that. Take your time. Pick your tools right. Get a nice sharp chisel. Just take your time. If in doubt, go through this video again. Come and ask me. Listen to the demonstrations I get. Pay attention and just nice and smooth. And hopefully you will come up with a job that you're very proud of, that your family and friends can be proud of as well. Well, that's the end of this video. Thanks for coming back to the newly named Big Bull Technology. Big shout out to Reese and Matthew that helped me with that. I got some merch coming, I got some stickers coming, also some t-shirts as well. Got that idea from the Big Bear from my construction class, so thank you very much. Lauren, I'll help you with this, all right? We'll get through it, you'll rock it out. So a big shout out to my Year 9 class as well. Thank you for supporting me with my videos and my Year 10 class as well. Everyone that has subscribed, thank you. I really appreciate that. That really spurs me on. I like you calling out and saying, even Alec this morning said, "Sir, I've watched all your videos and I liked them all." That's fantastic. I like that. I like that you're watching that. I enjoy making them. I've enjoyed making them on my new camera as well. So that's new technology that I'm learning. I love to do that. Hope this is helping you guys. If it is, like it. Like and subscribe. If it helps you, come and let me know. If there is something that you're struggling with in class, whether in my class or other classes, ag, doesn't matter what it is, tell me. I would love to help you guys out. But that's it from me. See you in class. So, once you have that drill, well, there you go. This is the thing of the thing, you know, the